Hey everyone, XylaTakura here. So, I wanted to do something a little different considering it's Valentine's weekend. I know today's Valentine's Day. Well, the day I'm recording it anyway, but depending on, it might be up today or it might be up tomorrow. So, I'm going to call it the Valentine's weekend. So I wanted to do something different, as I've said. So I was searching Steam and I found this interesting thing called Without Within. All I know is that it's a visual novel, so it'll involve me reading. So prepare for my version of reading a story, which will probably involve different voices. So I hope that'll be nice and entertaining for you. So let's just get straight in. Ooh. Vinty! I don't know who this person is. I'm just gonna... Vinty! 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 The chants of my fans echo through the door in front of me. Ooh, cool. Do I click? Do I click? Space? Oh, space, okay. Just move me little mouse at the corner. One of my two bodyguards wrapped his hands around the doorknob. Please prepare yourself, Miss Vinty. Once I open this door, we'll head straight for our limo. The guard had no reason to fret. I had long since grown used to these crowds. Still, I nodded to put him at ease. After taking a deep breath, he pushed the door open. Oh, don't I look wonderful? Ah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mwah. I love you all. Sorry. A crowd of hundreds raised their cameras as soon as I stepped out. My guards waved their arms to shoo them away. This red carpet was for me to walk on, after all. I blew a kiss for the star-struck peasants. For these star-struck peasants. That's a bit harsh, peasants. Miss Vinty, please let us hurry. My voice is changing constantly. Apparently this bodyguard is a guy and a girl, changing between. Too bad for him, I strutted along like a model on a catwalk. A group of reporters managed to worm through the crowd. They now tiptoed over my guards in hopes of scoring that exclusive. Vinty, how does it feel to have won another Calligrapher of the Year award? A reporter asked me. Before I could answer, another dozen people shouted over each other, hoping for my attention. Vinty, may I get a photo with you? Can you come and sign some autographs for my kids? And 2 for me, of course. Oh, I can't believe I'm standing this close to Vinty. I just thought I'd add that. It's in capital letters, so. My fans stamped their dirty shoes all over the red carpet. Finally, my bodyguards pulled out their paper sprays. Bloody hell! To keep these fans in check. I'm going to pepper spray you in the face, bitch. A young male reached in my direction despite having spray aimed at his face. Rather admirable for a peasant. I extended a hand for this male fan to kiss. Unfortunately for him, he fainted at the sight of my perfectly polished nails. Oh god! I reached my limousine at last. My bodyguard opened the door for me, and as I climbed in, my trailing fans snapped as many photos as they could. This is hilarious. Miss Vinty! Miss Vinty! The crowd chanted as my car window pulled up. How odd. They never referred to me as Miss. Oh, my graceful presence must have been too much for their sanity. These poor things. Miss Vinty! Miss Vinty! Oh dear. We're having a bit of an opposite effect here. What's going on? Oh. Well, I had fun while it lasted. At least I got a ride in a limousine for a good 30 seconds. In real life, my only registered vehicle was, well, my 10-year-old bicycle. My apartment had no space for a car anyway. Ah, this is what happens in real life, folks. Actually, this single room with cracked walls might be an insult to the word apartment. Pull up those curtains for a spectacular $1 view featuring a sewage pipe and a wall tainted with yellow. Oh, lovely. Just open the window and if you wish to smell the sewage as well. A breathtaking experience. This is hilarious. By the way, sorry, I need to take back the one room thing. This place actually has 2 rooms, thank you very much. Oh, that's good. The second room happened to be a toilet. That still counted, right? The toilet clogged 3 months ago, so be careful when using it. Oh god. Miss Vinty! Miss Vinty! A woman's voice echoed from outside. She was no fan, but rather my landlady. I glanced over at my clock. 6 a.m. Waiting another hour or two would have been nice. She probably just wanted to tell me about another rent rise. Nothing good ever came out of that woman's mouth. I would be better off staying in bed. Rise and shine or stay in bed. Oh, I get to choose. I suppose I should get up. Coming! As I changed into something more appropriate, the landlady still kept knocking. I was coming. I said I was coming, did I not? Maybe I should walk out naked. If that was what she dug. If this were a game, we might get a sale boost too. Oh, breaking the fourth wall.
Good morning, Miss Vinty.
Yeah, apparently she sounds like this now, the landlady said.
I must ask, what's with that hair? It looks like you just woke up.
But we just did. That's because I did.
It's a waste for young ladies like you to sleep away your youth.
The landlady shook her head. She had no right to preach me like this. I wanted to tell her, but decided against it, as doing so would give her an excuse to lecture me further. With her size, if I enraged her, she would squash me into a Vinty flavoured pancake. I can't imagine what that would taste like.
Miss Vinty, your rent was due 3 months.
3 months? Wow, shit, she's really behind if I'm doing it. 3 days ago. Oh well, at least there was no rent increase. Sorry, ma'am. My next paycheck will come, will come after tonight's shift, so I'll pay you first thing tomorrow morning. The lady grunted.
All right. Just know that if this keeps up, you'll have to find somewhere else to live.
She spun round to leave. Once he disappeared behind the corridor, I kicked my door shut, causing a piece of my cracked wall to fall off. I tried shoving the piece into place. My effort resulted in more wall fragments flaking off. Great, the landlady would make me pay for that next month. Once I became an accomplished calligrapher, she would beg for a chance to shine my shoes. Hey, I sounded a bit ranty before, but that was never my intention. A lot of famous people have humble beginnings, but I would follow in their footsteps. But first, I needed to put in the work. Without within. Oh, that's awesome. And so I returned to the busiest street in my area, with all my calligraphies spread before me. I sat on the concrete and rested my back against the fence. Car horns blared behind me, mixed with people shouting things at each other's mothers. About each other's mothers. Oh, okay. I can't read. Ha! I can't read. Sorry. These cars kept expelling fumes that made me choke. Just one of the many things I dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost every inch of space on the street ahead. Surely this would be the day when somebody spotted my talent. As always, no one afforded me anything more than a passing glance, and my will soon dwindled. Let me be honest, I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. What was that old saying? 10% of people you reached out to will buy your work. Okay.
I can't read.
I could live with that. Even just 1%. Please, anything but 0. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. Persevere or rant. Come on, girl, have some faith. I decided to keep these displeasures to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. Good. I wondered if my patience would ever become worthwhile. Just as I thought this, a man paused to look at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. I really fancy chicken now. As the man eyed my works one by one, I felt my cheeks heating up from anticipation. At last, someone who spared more than a moment with my works. They must be my reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I summoned the courage to speak to the man, but first he spoke. You charging for these? I managed a tiny nod. The man snorted. I'd never hang these on my wall even if you gave them me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. Oh! Owned. Trolls online were one thing. Confronting one in real life was a rarity. Judging from the man's scrawny arms, I bet I could overpower him with ease. Then he would just know how big of a blunder he made me. Attack or restrain? Die, bitch! No. Come on, let's be good. Folks always said to ignore trolls. I clenched my teeth and stayed put. After chuckling in my face, the man strutted off. Determined to prove him wrong, I continued to sit and wait for potential customers. Another 1,000 people walked by without sparing me a look. Lingering here any longer would be a waste of time. As I packed my things, I insisted I was leaving because my part-time job started in an hour. Deep inside, I knew that the man's words had rocked my confidence. Ah. Giving up on calligraphy would mean I had wasted all this time over nothing. Yet if I lacked the gift, persevering might make things worse. Tears welled in my eyes and I clenched my fists to hold them back. Speaking of tears, I heard a crying kid within the crowd. It looked like we had a lost child on our hands. Some pedestrians shot him glance, but none of them offered more than that. These really were horrible people. To cheer myself up, I told myself I would never want my calligraphies to be owned by people like that. I should help the kid, but that would mean being late for my job. Ah, I've got to help. I'm such a nice person. If I judged others for abandoning a child, then did the same myself, I would be a jerk and a hypocrite. With a sigh, I walked up to the boy. There, it's okay. Did you lose your mummy? The boy was sobbing too hard to answer. I leaned in to stroke his back with one hand and his head with the other. Let me know if you lost Mummy, okay? I'll help you find her, so there's no need to be scared. The kid managed to nod at last, and I whispered good boy into his ear. What's your mummy's name?
Hungry.
Her name is Hungry? The boy's tummy growled and I realised what he meant. Oh well, how about I buy you a sandwich? The kid shook his head.
I want ice cream.
Hey kid, ice cream's more of a dessert actually.
I want ice cream.
And so ice cream it was. One for him and none for me. The money came out of my pocket, of course. Poor wallet. At least this kid could have eaten the whole thing rather than let half of it melt on his shirt.
Jessie,
the boy said.
That's Mummy's name.
Jessie! I called as I strode along the street. Now people stared at me more than ever, enough to make me blush in fact. Maybe I should try shouting Jessie out random the next time I saw my calligraphies. The sky turned orange by as time ticked by. Yes, I knew my shift started half an hour ago. Stop reminding me. A woman squeezed through the crowd and scurried towards us. She ran past a red light, nearly getting hit by a truck in the process. Holy crap! Mummy! The boy shook free of my hold and rushed into his mother's embrace. After muttering apologies to her son, the woman gazed towards me. Oh, thank you so much for your help. You're wonderful, just wonderful. The torrent of praises curled my lips into a stupid grin. Anyone would have done the same thing. Please, if there's anything I can do in return, just let me know, the mother said. Actually, there is something I need help with. The mother nodded. Anything in my power, miss. Which way back to the train station? Oh, this game's awesome. I'm going to have to finish there. So you're going to have to let me know. Yes, thank you. You're going to have to let me know if you want me to play any more. I actually found that really, really funny. So definitely, I think it'd be a good game to keep playing. But if you want me to keep playing it, just message in the comments below. Hope everyone has a good Valentine's Day, or as I prefer to call it, Happy Singles Day, because it's Happy Singles Day for me, but I enjoy Happy Singles Day. It's just another day for me. I'm not bothered. So thank you for watching, everyone. Like, subscribe, comment, etc. And if you want, like I said, just leave a comment and I can be back with Without Within in the future. Until then, take care, everybody.